I wonder what comes to your mind when you think of Candidate Sunday. This day in the year where we're encouraged to consider God's calling on our lives and what that calling might mean, what it might look like, where it might take us. This day in the year where we're encouraged to think about how the Salvation Army needs officers and territorial envoys, people who are willing to sign up and step out into a new ministry with God. This day in the year when we gather together online or in person and we ask God to speak to our hearts and help us in our journey with Him. I know there's a sense in which we do that every day of our lives, asking Jesus to lead us and guide us and help us in the way we live and love and serve Him. But on this Candidate Sunday, I wonder if I can encourage you, challenge you, ask you to be willing to consider what God might be saying to you today. Is God calling you to pray for more officers and territorial envoys? Is God calling you to offer yourself for service in your corps and in your community? Is God calling you to speak to someone you know who's really struggling with their own sense of calling? Is God calling you to be willing to offer yourself for service as an officer or territorial envoy? The theme for Candidate Sunday is Be Willing, and it flows from the prayer we see Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane just hours before his crucifixion. He's on his knees, he's struggling with the reality of what he knows he has to do, and yet he manages to say these words to his Father in prayer. But no matter what, your will must be mine. Officers and cadets from William Booth College have prepared various resources to help us in our worship and our thinking today. I'm grateful to them and others who've helped prepare resources for this Candidate Sunday. My prayer for myself, for you, for all of us, is that the Holy Spirit will help us be ready and willing to pray that same prayer, whatever it means, whatever it looks like, wherever it takes us. But no matter what, your will must be mine.